Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to a song. Tate's gonna tell me if he loves it or if he hates it, and we'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll get to it. All right, I'm still waffling.
So who are you considering, or what?
I've got a Lil Tecca song. Got two Drake songs. I got what is this? Do I like this? Oh,
Is this a song you've
yeah,
heard before?
yeah. I've heard it, but I've only listened to it once, and then I put it in my playlist. So let's see what else
It
we
was
got.
just
I
funny
got an eight.
the way
Can I
you.
can I let can I let you choose? I'll give you some artists and you choose which
Okay,
one.
yeah, that sounds good. The way you
Drake.
said, "What is this? Do I like it?"
All
It made me think it was just like something on like a Discover playlist or
right.
something.
I mean, I said that is how I found it, but some of these songs I've only listened to like twice, but I remember I really liked it. So it'll be a yeah, we'll just you know what I mean?
It'll be a pretty big shift to the song that I'm giving you, which I'd probably listen to maybe 200 times at this point.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Now you put me on the spot, man. All
That's
right.
okay. No. I want that. I'm gonna check on Last FM and see how many times I've listened to this.
You think
That's
it's in your top couple songs
it
that you
is my
listen to?
top song without a
Oh
doubt.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm intrigued now.
I haven't been on Last FM in forever.
It's kind of fun. I like seeing the data. You know what I mean, it's like Spotify Wrapped, but every day.
Wow, I've only listened to it 72 times. That's surprising. I would have thought more than that.
I mean, what's your most listened to song?
The next listen to song was 61 listens.
I mean, that's pretty significant then, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let me see what you just typed in the chat. Drake times two, ASAP Rocky, Dochi,
Dochi.
or the Kid Laroi.
Yeah.
Or what?
Dochi, a little slower, kind of R&B.
Yeah.
Kid Laroi, more upbeat. Drake, honestly, both songs kind of introspective.
Mm-hmm.
And ASAP Rocky's kind of a banger.
Let's go the Kid Laroi.
Oh shit. Okay. Hold on. Can you give
Were
me a
you not
second to listen
expecting
to
that
it?
one?
I gotta listen to the song again.
We can go with Dochi instead if you're
Nah,
not feeling confident.
nah. All right, fuck it. I'm not even gonna listen to the song. Let's just fucking raw dog it.
Hell yeah.
All right. I'm just opening the video and the lyrics. All right. Are we going? Is this
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we introduce this in some sort of way?
I guess.
Off the record. Yeah, it's been over a year. I think are we both in new places at this point?
We are.
You might not be.
No, actually, you're right. I had just moved into this place the
Mm,
last time we did this.
wow. How about that?
So no,
Nah,
I'm in the same place, but you're in a new place.
I'm in a new place. A
Yeah.
better place? Not really, but a place. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to a song. Listen to a song that I pick. Tate's gonna tell me if he loves it or if he hates it, and we'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll get to it. The song I picked for you today, "What's the Move" by Kid Laroi. It's got a Future feature, which is really fun alliteration, and got a little Baby Drill feature as well. I've listened to the song a handful of times. I'm not super familiar with it, but of the handful of times I did listen to it, I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Get your first impressions real quick before I get into some other info. But yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, it was probably not going to be something that I typically listen to, but yeah, I generally liked it. I liked the energy. Was that Future on both verses?
No, the second verse was Baby Drill.
Okay.
So
I don't know
similar
why
kind of sound though. So
his voice sounded familiar to me, and I was like, "Is this Future?" But
yeah, no, the
I
first feature was Future,
yeah,
and then the second one was Baby Drill. But yeah,
gotcha. I liked
nice.
the second verse as well.
Yeah,
Or second feature, Baby Drill. Is this
Baby
technically
Drill.
drill music?
Certainly not.
Certainly not.
This is definitely
Okay.
like I would definitely call this like more pop rap,
Pop
if
rap.
anything.
Wait, what?
If
I
closer to
don't.
pop.
I don't know enough about drill except I've seen memes where people take like an Adele song and put a drill beat behind it.
Yeah.
But like,
There's a couple different kinds of drill, I would say. There's the New York kind of UK drill, which is kind of like probably what you've heard most of lately. Especially like I think on Kanye's last album, like Donda, it had like
okay,
a couple drinks drill songs with like 504 in.
yeah, yeah,
Like Off the Grid, there was like a bit of a drill influence
okay,
with that song. Then you have like Chicago drill in its heyday, right? With like 2012, 2013 eras, like Chief Keef,
oh, okay,
uh, Lil Durk went back when he was coming out, like that kind of sound. Different kinds of drill, and then it's always kind of changing a little bit. But
yeah,
what does drill itself mean? No idea.
yeah.
But it is what it is. But
It's
yeah,
a great name for a genre, I
for a
think.
genre, yeah,
It's
especially
very
like
hard hitting.
yeah,
But baby drill, it's such a funny name because like drill, that sounds like the name of like a metal band to me, drill, you know? But
right.
then you add baby and it's like
A little softer. That's all.
it's a little softer. It's funny.
But yeah, I mean, I think you kind of touched on the things that I appreciate the most about this song. Like great energy. I feel like it's a very like positive kind of, you know, regardless of what they're talking about. Because again, I don't listen to lyrics that
Yeah.
closely all that much, but
I was not
regardless of what they're
listening
talking
to
about,
lyrics at all, I
it
think.
feels like more positive, more upbeat, almost uplifting. That's just how the beat kind of feels to me.
Yeah, it was pretty hype.
And so I really enjoy that. And then also like there weren't a lot of like lulls in the
Mhm.
beat, if that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. Like it was constantly like giving you something new or like just like keeping you engaged, which I also like. So that's kind of what stands out to me the most. But I think the most interesting part of this song is just the artist in general. So I don't know if you've heard of the Kid Laroi at all.
No, but
Um,
I was reading, I saw that he was like associated with Juice World, that he's
yep,
Australian, I think is also interesting. I also something else I saw, so over the weekend you sent me a song by who was it, Lil Tecca. I saw that he had a song with him too, which I don't know if
yep.
they're like, I don't know, in the same kind
Yeah,
of
they're
genre or world, but
yeah,
yeah,
they're in similar kind of musical spaces for sure. But
gotcha.
yeah, I mean, I think he's just a really interesting character to be honest. Because first of all, he's from Australia, which already is kind of a little out there when it comes to mainstream artists,
Hmm.
which he is at this point, especially more so like younger kind of crowd.
Uh-huh.
Because he himself he's only 20 years old.
Wow.
But he blew up in like COVID, like during
Okay.
COVID,
Gotcha.
kind of with TikTok and things like that. And so at that point he was 17,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's really interesting like how young he is and like kind of how he's grown from
Mhm.
that. Yeah, and then
Wow.
also prior to him blowing up, what had happened, the way he had gotten involved with Juice World is that Juice World had done a tour of Australia, or the Kid Laroi was on tour or something like that, but they had gotten connected in that way. And then the Kid Laroi moved in with Juice World in Los Angeles to kind of learn how
Oh,
the music
okay.
industry works and like how to record and things like that. And so he was kind of like a really big influence, a really big mentor to him.
Gotcha.
So, unfortunately, Juice World is
Right.
not with us anymore, but, it was really interesting to kind of see that. And also, you might have seen in his, kind of his description, he's a big fan of Kanye as well.
I saw
Was
that. I saw
that,
that he said
yeah,
808s
the,
was like his favorite album, or he said the
yeah,
best album of all time.
yeah. So, he's with the culture at the very least, when he blew up on TikTok initially, like that was a song with Justin Bieber, and it was just like, you know,
Hmm.
you would recognize it if you heard it immediately. I think it was called
Gotcha.
Stay. But yeah, and just like kind of seeing like how he's developing as an artist is really interesting to me. And I think that this kind of sound is definitely like more so in his wheelhouse than, things that he's done previously.
Gotcha.
Um, at least to me. And it's at least is what I find interesting.
Yeah.
So
It's cool that
um
he's so young. I didn't realize he's 20. That's nuts.
yeah.
It's really crazy to
Yeah.
think of like how many young artists there are that are like really huge and releasing like pretty significant stuff. Like I'm seeing this album that
Mhm.
he released this year. It's his debut album, came out last month, getting like pretty good reviews, done like very well on charts.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's nuts, and it's cool to see artists like grow from that. Like I think of like someone else from our time, but different genre, Billie Eilish.
Mhm.
She's probably around the same age, if not a little older.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like kind of it's just crazy to think of like really young, talented people that are making
I mean,
significant music.
making moves for sure. And one other example I can think of is like you may or may not have heard of him, but his name is NLE Choppa.
I
He's a
don't know.
rapper.
Hmm.
He kind of got famous or like blew up by releasing these like freestyles almost. They were called like he would do like shot of flow 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And when he released the first one and blew up off of it, he was 16, right?
Oh wow,
And so
that's
he kind
nuts.
of got a lot of mainstream or like close to mainstream success just off of that. So I
Yeah,
think right now, I mean, he's probably only like he's around the same age. He's 21. You know what I mean? So he's kind of already been around for 5 years, but he's only 21 years old.
right,
So I think it's really interesting kind of seeing how artists who kind of come onto the scene so young, like how they develop their career. I mean, the music industry is hard enough as is, and then
right,
you add being like a emotional teenager on top of
right.
that. It can't be easy. So,
Yeah, I'm sure
I
there's
always
like
find that.
still the same issues that there used to be, like with young people in music industry or any sort of entertainment industry, where there's like people trying to take advantage of, young talent.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really have a good guidance of any sort, which is usually unfortunately tragic. But
Yeah.
I guess I have more of an optimistic view of like the internet and things like that for like young artists and whatnot,
Yeah.
because like you said, like it wasn't like a parent or a like scout or something noticed someone and then was like, sign this contract, make the song, blah blah. Like this is someone who I'm guessing probably like released a song on like what, SoundCloud or something on their
Mm-hmm.
own volition with their friends probably.
Yeah.
And there's just more of an organicness to it that is exciting and cool. And like obviously from that point on, the same issues that I was just talking about can still happen, but I guess I'm more hopeful about like the direction that things can go for an artist like that. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Definitely.
again, of course, I mean, talking about all this, like Juice World was, a very young artist who died
Right.
at a young age as well. But
Right.
that that also, like, that's more. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're all related issues, but like that was
Mm-hmm.
drug overdose from like what I.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. And I think like at least in the case of this guy, Kid Laroi, right? I think that kind of having Juice World as a mentor, who was at
mhm.
that point already like a very established musician,
Yeah,
and had, built up like a huge audience and was kind of already kind of dealing with, the pressures and the pitfalls that come with it. I think
right.
having that sort of knowledge and that influence was
Yeah, that's
pretty
true.
important for him.
Yeah,
And you learn the good from that and you learn the bad from it and kind of what to stay away from and what not
right.
to. So maybe that will hopefully have given him some guidance in
Yeah,
that way.
yeah,
So
for sure. Yeah,
it is what it is. But
yeah.
yeah, I this is a great song. I've been listening to it the last couple weeks. So yeah,
Nice.
cool. All right. I think previously we had a topic to discuss after each
Yeah.
song, right?
It's been so long and I haven't thought of what to do in it.
Trying to think of
Kanye,
interesting
that
things.
that's a one point that's kind of aged like milk. I think our last video was us doing nothing but praising Kanye.
Yeah, we did a lot of that. Did a
I
lot of
mean, of
that. I
course,
mean,
like
we
it stands true that like a lot of what he's released is very significant art, but
yeah.
he's also just someone who's going completely off the fucking rails.
Yeah, I mean, we've done it. We did a whole episode dedicated to only Kanye.
I think
And
it
it was
was
like
an hour and
it
a
was
half
yeah, I
long.
was about to say it was nearly 2 hours long. So I mean, that's an L.
That's an L.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I don't know, man. I
yeah.
don't know. I mean,
Have you heard his new song that was leaked or whatever?
no. Is
It's
it good?
bad. Don't listen to it. No.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
not
that's
it's not like complete trash, but it just like I feel like as you listen to his stuff since I don't know, like Yay era, everything sounds more and more like amateurish.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
this
I mean, he's certainly not putting in the same level
effort,
of
right,
effort,
right.
or care,
Yeah.
because like, I mean, if you kept up with Kanye's career, like that like every song, utmost detail
Yeah.
is like given thought. But yeah,
Yeah,
certainly,
no. It just
certainly not.
it sounded very bland. The like standout lines that he had were just straight up anti-Semitic. So
Like, whatever. Did you? What was that fucking album he released after album, quote unquote? What was that album he released after Donda? What was that called? Was that Donda 2?
Donda 2? Did he
Did you?
release it?
I mean, he released it on his fucking stem player
Oh,
thing or
right,
whatever that was.
right.
Did you listen to any of it?
Like bits and pieces.
I remember listening to it. It was actually not terrible,
I
but
remember like kind of having a similar feeling to Donda, but more like there's interesting things that could have been a, like more interesting given care.
yeah.
But
So
like I don't know.
here's what we're gonna do, because I just think you should see this. I'm gonna play this song.
Yeah.
The Future verse, awesome. The Kanye verse, just listen to it. And this was a song that he was planning on releasing. Like he put this out there basically, right? So
Honestly, his verses were way better than I thought they were gonna be. Like
it
it
was
started out a
so
little rough.
close. It was so close to being good. It was so
It
close.
it started out a little rough with his
Yeah.
obsession of Uber.
Yeah,
um,
dude.
but yeah,
Oh my
I don't
god.
know.
I look, here's the thing though, right? I was annoyed when I heard this song because it's so close to being good that like he could have just made it good,
Yeah,
because the beat is great. I mean, Future did his thing, whatever.
at this
But like
point,
this is like a skeleton of a verse, which I was just so
eating
annoyed with.
noodles.
Because like a lot of the stuff which is just gibberish, like, he's just kind of getting the like the cadence, and then you fill
Right,
it
right,
in with
right. Yeah,
words later,
yeah.
like whatever.
But do that.
But do that. He
Yeah,
released this. I was like,
right.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And then like, here's the thing, like I feel like this is kind of a bar, to be honest. That's a bar. This is kind of a bar. Like it's so close. This is also kind of a bar. I was at your mama house eating noodles. Like that's hard. You know what I mean? Anyways,
I'm
um,
over it. I've had a Kanye boycott the past
yeah,
I don't know probably year. I don't mind
yeah,
listening to stuff on YouTube because it's all like leaks and stuff. But
yeah.
I've 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 listened to enough Kanye for one lifetime. Yeah, I've probably paid for one of those boat rides with his pants off in Italy.
Look,
If
man,
that's all he does for the rest of his life without spewing terrible shit,
right,
he can
right.
go do that. But I don't really
Is
want to financially support him
there?
anymore.
I mean, as a I'm not Jewish, so I don't think I can really answer. Is there any redemption arc that's possible for Kanye at this point?
God, like I think the only person I can think of that is like similar-ish is David Bowie once made statements, I think in the 70s, but they were like half statements. He was like while he was in like one of his like characters, um,
Hmm.
praising Hitler basically. I think
Oh,
an actual quote from David Bowie is that Hitler was the first rock and roll star.
wow, that's
um,
that's unfortunately really funny.
it is very funny. But and I mean he's now pretty universally loved. I really love him.
Yeah.
But I think for one he came out and apologized for it. I don't know how much of an apology it was. I remember reading one of his apologies, at least, that was like him just saying he was on too much cocaine in the 70s.
That sounds accurate. Yeah.
But yeah, so I that's like literally the closest thing. And like I don't know. That's just like a crazy statement, but not like making spreadsheets of executives in entertainment and labeling them as Jewish or not. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. That
it's
there's
it's it's an interesting conversation because like can you separate
yeah,
can you
the art
separate
from the artist.
the art from the artist, and then also can you separate the artist from like his very apparent mental illness?
Right,
Like
right. That's the other
I
thing
don't
too,
know,
is
man.
like he is definitely around like people who, or he was for a while. I don't know if he still is around people who are like just awful, like taking
Oh
advantage
yeah.
of him, like
Oh
Nick
yeah.
Fuentes and Milo
Sneeko,
Yiannopoulos,
that
Nico.
fucking
Oh my
asshole,
God, that
yeah.
guy is a creep. The whole arc would have to include him, like also just my dog's
Oh, what's
making an
up?
appearance. Include him getting healthy, which I hope he does. But
Yeah.
it'd take a long time.
Yeah, I mean, perfect world,
Yeah,
so to
but
speak, is like
but
20 years down the line, he's like fully medicated and says, "Hey, I said some fucked up shit."
yeah,
Like
right,
like
right. Like that's
yeah, I
how
don't think
much
there's anything
damage
else.
he's done at this point. And like you said, like I still recognize, like he was one of my favorite artists for a long time, and I still like the art is still very significant art that
Yeah.
is good and that has had a huge influence on so many artists. I mean, we are just talking about
Right.
one in
Yeah.
particular, one of thousands, if not like millions, honestly.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
when his music is so introspective and he's become such a like just
Cocksucker.
yeah cocksucker. That's a great description. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just I don't know. So yeah, I'm
That's
at a
tough.
point of like there's other musicians. I'm over it.
Yeah. No,
Um,
that is very reasonable. You can only work with what we're given, and like
yeah,
he's given us nothing. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But
yeah.
yeah, well, I
We should
think we're
probably wrap up
just wrap
this
up.
video and then get on to the next one.
Yeah, sounds good to me. This is a good video. Hope you enjoyed the song, Tate.
Thank you. I'm
Enjoyed our
excited
Kanye
to show you
discussion.
the next song.
Yeah,
All right,
let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
stop this.